Desktop pet, he's super cute. He can give your desktop a new look. He helps with depression, ADHD, and tons of other things. With Desktop Pet, you can't go wrong. He'll be with you all day long. He's there to cheer you on and won't judge you when you are wrong. When you're sad and feeling blue, we'll program him to joke with you. If you're up crying all night, he'll make everything alright. Your desktop pet can look like you or can look like Fu Manchu. Desktop pet, he's super cute. He can give your desktop a new look. He helps with depression, ADHD, and tons of other things. Hello, and welcome to my presentation. First, we're going to start with the problem. Now, what is the problem? The problem is a lot of people struggle with mental health issues, and with the rise in technology, a lot of people are doing online homework and doing online jobs, which I'll show you in a bit, doesn't really help with mental health issues. And so people struggling with these mental health issues especially struggle with doing online homework and online jobs. It can be hard for them to focus. They can start getting irritated or stressed, and sometimes they can feel just all alone, and they may need a break or need something to help them recenter their focus. Well, do I have the thing for you? Desktop Pet. Desktop Pet is just this little dude that chills on your desktop and just walks around. And now here, let me show you a couple of graphs to prove that working from home mental health does deteriorate. As you can see, the numbers are high and are concerning overall. But with Desktop Pet, we can help lower those numbers and help people struggling with mental health. Here, I even have a testimony for you from one of our people who actually used Desktop Pet. Okay, let me allow you to watch. I got this online stay-at-home job, and I thought it'd be really fun, and like really relaxing. You stay at home all day and stuff, but it didn't turn out to be that all. My mental health started decreasing a lot. I started getting really anxious all the time, and I started feeling really lonely and empty, and then in turn started making it where it was hard for me to focus on my work, which naturally made my work decrease. So they started threatening to fire me and stuff. But I started looking for more opportunities to make a bit of quick cash and maybe a different job for just in case if they did fire me. And that's whenever I found that someone was looking for people to test this new and upcoming application. I was like, okay, that sounds easy enough and like something I can do. And it just so happened to be the Desktop Pet. And it has fulfilled me so much in my stay at home online job. And I've been able to get back a hold of my horses and really focus on my work. And I even got a raise because of how well I've been doing, but it's really helped out a lot. So thank you, Desktop Pet people. Wow, how moving. But now that you've seen the proof and I've gotten the point across as to how it can help people, now as an investor, you're probably wondering, well, what am I getting out of this? Well, let me show you your opportunities. First, you're gonna make money. And with that, you can feel more fulfilled by helping people while making your money. And to do this, we can market the product to our demographic, which I've already gotten across, is the people doing online homework, online jobs, and struggling with mental health. And then one way we can sell it is we can sell it on Steam, but not everyone in our demographic will probably have Steam, so we can also offer selling a download of the application on our website. But now, you probably want to see the product. What are you putting money into? Well, allow me to show you. So, what we have here is how the product was made. And I'll walk you through and show you a couple of interesting things of the process of how this product was made. So, first off, down here, we have all of our sprites, which sprite means, the little dudes, the little icons, and dudes just walking around and stuff. So, our pets, our pet designs. So, something really interesting is whenever you want to animate the pet, you actually upload a sprite sheet, and as you can see down here, it has his idle animation and his walking animation. And over here is another pet, and as you can see, you can add way more to add even more animations. And so here's our specific folders for our pets. And as you can see, we have the idle and we have the walking. And whenever you open this, it's super interesting because you can see the two different sprites that go into it. And here we can edit the speed they're moving. And yeah, I just find that super interesting. And then after you have your little dude set up an animation, as you can see, we can look at this animator, which is what makes him work from going from idle to walking. So these arrows are what triggers him going between the two different animations. But now that I showed a couple of interesting things on here, you're probably wanting to see the actual dude. So let me allow to build this and run it so we can see that working. So you can see it's opening the application right now. And there they are. Here's our two little dudes just chilling on here. Aren't they so cute? And as you can see, they're walking and doing their animations. This one down here is our Zilla, and he's a bit of a work in progress, but he moonwalks right now and his animation kind of pushes him back. But I assure you, once we start selling the product, we won't sell that. But here's our other little dude. As you can see, he's walking. He has his animation for walking. Okay, I'm waiting for him to stop walking. Oh, wow. He is just running a marathon right now, ain't he? As you can see, here is his idle animation that he goes into, and then once he starts moving again, he starts walking again. Okay, so down here, as you can see, I included these little buttons, and what these buttons do is you can click them to turn them on and off. And if you just want this little dude up, as you can see, you just turn him off. Or if you want both of them off, you can click both of them. And this is good for, say, you're doing something on Google, or you're like I am right now, you're filming a video and you can't have that little dude walking around. That is how you turn them off. And now let me show you some of the background work going into this. First, I want to show you the code in C# that causes them to be able to walk. I find this really interesting. As you can see, we have our class called randomized walking, and this is what causes them here to change direction. This is what can help does the movement speed, and then down here is what actually makes the dude change direction, so he doesn't just walk in one line, he's able to walk in several different ways in lines. And then here is the C sharp for um our Jolt pet, which is this one. Individually, we also have one of these for I called him Zill, but it's Godzilla. So here, this is down here is what activates him and deactivates him. So this is what makes him come on screen and comes off screen. And then my favorite part is the transparent window. So this is what basically makes it to where you have no background, you just have the pet showing up alone. And it's what um makes it to where the pet will be over other things you're doing, and it also is what makes it to where you can click through the pet without having him disappear, without fully closing the window. Because as you see, as I have him up, I can still interact with all of this stuff, but then once I need to be back in, I can click on the button and it still works. So here is the transparent and the layered code that does what I just explained. And then here is how it's specifically transparent. Like, this is really interesting. So basically what it's doing here is it has a black screen, but it's taking everything that's black and it is making it transparent. And I actually have an example. I have Zilla here. As you can see, he is transparent in some parts, and that's because I completely messed up. And as I was, finishing him up, I completely forgot about the black thing. So I accidentally made him fully black, which is why parts of him is transparent. But that's pretty much how it makes you be able to see through them and just have the pet there alone. So I'm going to go ahead and keep my little dude up, and let's go back to our presentation. So now that you've seen the pet, let's go ahead and move on to how can we update it? What can we add to the 2.0, the 3.0, the 4.0? How can we keep adding things and growing this application? So for starters, we can do that by making an interface. And I went ahead and grabbed Razor's Cortex as an example because our interface doesn't need to be super complicated. I'm focusing on the middle one, by the way, the middle screen. It doesn't need to be super complicated. It just needs to hold a couple of different features, a settings menu, and just like a pet creator, change pet, add pet, different things like that. So then after we have the interface, of course, we're going to want to add more pets, more default pets that the user immediately has at their service once they download the application. And then pet interactions. We want to add pet interactions. Something where you can click on the pet and maybe it tells a cute little joke or it waves at you, just, some different things. And then we can add DLC content. Personally, I'm not a fan of DLCs, especially as you can see here with Planet Coaster. But DLCs are a good way to kind of be crappy to your customers and make more money. And then I want to make an in-application pet creator and also give users the ability to upload pets from their files. And so here I used Piskel as an example. It's this website that you can use to make sprites and pixelated art. And so something just really simple like this could go a long way and offer new and different, unique things for the user to have at their hands. And then adding it to where users have the ability to program their pets to do specific tasks for them, and eventually AI integration. So they can make it to where maybe they want their pet to work as a little calculator as well. So as you can see here on the right, he's the pet's just doing 2 plus 2. Maybe something simple like that they want to make. And then also with the rise in I think integrating AI into our pets would be absolutely amazing. You can ask them different questions and they can search the internet for you and give you answers, a lot like Chatty G, but in a much cuter way. And so, in conclusion, Desktop Pet can help with mental health. It can help people get more work done when they're on their computers. It can, quite frankly, sell. It can keep growing and we can keep adding new features. And overall, it's just cute and fun. Thank you so much.